You feel this way. A certain weight to your thoughts that others seem to effortlessly shrug off. A sense that you are perpetually operating on a different, more complex frequency than the world around you. And tonight, in this quiet space where the rest of the world is asleep, we're going to expose it. Not as a curse or a malfunction, but as a specific, definable psychological architecture, the very core of the psychology of people who are deep thinkers. Psychology fix, an invisible wound that manifests not as a lack of intelligence, but as an overabundance of a certain kind of consciousness, a relentless inner narration that dissects every glance, every unspoken word, every potential outcome, until the simple act of being becomes a profound and exhausting exercise. You've felt this before, haven't you? That tightening in your chest when a conversation ends, and the real analysis, the one only you are conducting, begins. Ask yourself this now. When did the quiet become so loud? Let's go deeper. This pattern wasn't born in a vacuum. It was constructed brick by psychic brick as a defense mechanism, a fortress built to protect a sensitivity that the world often dismisses as weakness. Your mind, in its infinite and early wisdom, learned that the surface was a dangerous place, that people's words rarely matched their true intentions, and so it developed a strategy to go deeper, always deeper, to find the hidden currents, the submerged truths that others blindly swim over. This is the genesis of the deep thinker, not a choice but a survival instinct. What no one tells you is that this fortress, over time, becomes a prison of your own design. Its walls so high they block out the sun, and the very tool that was meant to keep you safe, your relentless, analytical mind, becomes the warden, trapping you in a labyrinth of what-ifs and could-bes. But here's the truth. The warden can be reasoned with. The walls, you'll discover, are made of sand, and the key has been in your pocket all along. You feel it making sense already, don't you? That faint recognition, a flicker in the dark that says, yes, this is the map of my own mind. Pause, notice what that just revealed. The mere act of naming the pattern begins to loosen its grip. Let me tell you about Alex. Alex grew up in a house where moods were weather systems, unpredictable and violent. A father's silence could mean simmering anger or deep contemplation, and a mother's smile could be genuine warmth or a mask for profound sadness. For a child, this was terrifyingly ambiguous. To survive, Alex's mind became a supercomputer of micro-expressions, tonal shifts, and the timing of footsteps in the hall. He learned to predict the storms by reading the atmospheric pressure in a sigh. This skill, born of necessity, made him incredibly empathetic, intuitively understanding the pain of others, but it also wired his brain for constant, exhausting vigilance. As an adult in his quiet apartment, this pattern persisted. A brief text from a friend, K instead of OK, could trigger a 2-hour internal inquest, analyzing every possible meaning, every slight he may have committed, constructing elaborate narratives of rejection and disappointment. His relationships felt fragile, like he was always walking on the glass floor of his own interpretations. The hidden emotional trigger for Alex wasn't the text message itself. It was the ancient childhood fear of the unpredictable emotional environment, the terror of being blindsided by a storm he didn't see coming. His deep thinking was a sophisticated early warning system for a war that had long since ended. You're starting to see it now, how your own history whispers through your present-day anxieties. But here's the truth. To disarm the system, you must first understand its original programming. Let's go deeper into these triggers. They are the hidden tripwires that launch you from a simple moment into the labyrinth of your thoughts. The first trigger is the ambiguity trigger. Any situation lacking a clear, definitive meaning, a delayed response to an email, a vague comment from a colleague, a partner who says "I'm fine" with a certain tone. For the deep thinker, ambiguity is not a neutral space. It is a vacuum, and nature abhors a vacuum, so your mind rushes in to fill it with possibilities, almost always catastrophizing ones, because your neural pathways are primed for threat detection. Your brain, in its quest to protect you, would rather simulate 100 disasters than be surprised by one. The second trigger is the responsibility trigger, the unconscious belief that you are the central actor, responsible for the emotional state of everyone around you. If someone is upset, you must have caused it. If a meeting is tense, it's your job to fix it. This is a heavy, invisible crown to wear, and it forces your mind into a constant state of performance review, analyzing your every word and action for its potential impact. It's a crushing weight of hypothetical accountability. And the third, most insidious trigger is the meaning trigger, the compulsion to extract a profound, universal lesson from every minor event. A failed project isn't just a failed project. It's a referendum on your life's purpose. A casual criticism isn't just an opinion. It's a clue to a fundamental flaw in your character. This search for meaning is what gives the deep thinker their depth. But when applied indiscriminately, it turns life into an endless, grueling final exam. Pause. Notice what that just revealed. Which of these triggers feels most familiar, most like the secret engine of your own overthinking? Ask yourself this now. What was the first time you remember feeling this weight? It's time to arm yourself. The first weapon against this relentless cycle is the weapon of present moment awareness. This is not about empty mindfulness cliches. It is about the active, deliberate hijacking of your cognitive resources from the abstract future or the dissected past and anchoring them firmly in the tangible now. Step 1. Recognize the trigger. The moment you feel the familiar pull, the mental vortex beginning to spin. Maybe it's after sending a risky text or before a difficult conversation. You must name it. Say to yourself, the ambiguity trigger is here, or the responsibility trigger has been activated. By naming it, you move it from an unconscious force to a conscious object you can observe. You are no longer the storm. You are the meteorologist watching the storm on radar. Step 2. Reframe the story. Your mind is telling you a story, probably a horror story. Actively rewrite it. If the story is, "My boss's short email means she's furious with me and I'm going to be fired," reframe it to, "My boss is a busy person, and her short email is a function of her workload, not her feelings about me." This isn't about positive thinking. It's about generating alternative, equally plausible narratives to break the monopoly of the catastrophic one. Step 3. Replace the pattern. This is the physical intervention. The moment you feel the pull and have named it, you engage a competing physical demand. Splash cold water on your face. Do 10 push-ups. Name 5 blue objects you can see in the room. This creates a cognitive reset, shocking your system out of the endless loop and into the stark reality of the present moment, where your body is, where the chair beneath you is solid, where the air is cool in your lungs. This weapon grounds you. It pulls you from the quicksand of thought and plants your feet on the earth. You feel it making sense already, the possibility of an escape hatch. Let's go deeper. The second weapon is the weapon of defined boundaries. The deep thinker's mind is a kingdom with no borders. Every thought, every emotion, every external event is allowed to roam freely and claim citizenship, leading to internal chaos. This weapon is about establishing sovereignty. Step 1. Recognize the trigger. This is the feeling of being emotionally spongy, absorbing the mood of a room, the problems of a friend, the stress of a news headline as if they were your own personal burdens. You feel a diffuse sense of anxiety or sadness that doesn't seem to have a clear origin point within you. That's the signal. Step 2. Reframe the story. The story your mind is telling is, I must feel this to be compassionate, or if I don't worry about this, I am a bad person. Reframe it to, I can care for others without carrying their emotional baggage, or their pain is not my pain to solve. My primary responsibility is to my own center. This establishes an emotional firewall. Step 3. Replace the pattern. Create a simple mental ritual. When you feel yourself absorbing external energy, visualize a literal physical boundary, a shield of light around you, a glass wall between you and the other person, a drawbridge pulling up on your castle. As you visualize this, silently say to yourself, this is yours. That is mine. This mental act of segregation is incredibly powerful. It reclaims your internal territory. Pause, notice what that just revealed. How much of the weight you carry actually belongs to other people? You've felt this before, haven't you? That exhaustion that comes from a day of being an emotional sponge. Ask yourself this now. Whose energy are you holding on to that you need to gently put down? Now let me tell you about Sarah. Sarah was a writer, and her deep thinking was a double-edged sword. It gave her work profound insight, but it also paralyzed her. Every sentence she wrote was a doorway to a dozen other possibilities, 100 potential criticisms. Starting a new chapter was like entering a dark forest with no path. She would spend days, sometimes weeks, in a state of agonizing inertia, researching, outlining, thinking, but never writing, trapped in the terrifying expanse of the blank page. The hidden trigger for Sarah was the meaning trigger, amplified to an extreme. She wasn't just writing a book. She was carving her soul into words for the world to judge. The weight of that potential meaning was crushing her. Her transformation began not with a grand gesture, but with a brutal boundary. She defined her writing time not as soul-carving time, but as construction time. She was a bricklayer, not a prophet. Her job was to lay one word brick after another. Step 1. She recognized the paralyzing fear as the meaning trigger. Step 2. She reframed the story from, this must be a perfect, life-changing work of genius, to, this is a first draft, and its only job is to exist. Step 3. She replaced the pattern with a timer. She would write for 25 minutes straight, forbidding herself from deleting or editing, just adding word bricks. When the timer went off, she stopped. This boundary between the creative, messy act of writing and the critical, deep-thinking act of editing broke the spell. The forest now had a path and she could walk it. You're starting to see it now. How boundaries aren't walls to keep you in, but structures that set you free. The third weapon is the weapon of somatic intelligence. The deep thinker is often catastrophically disembodied. You live in the cathedral of your mind, all spires and stained glass, while the humble, sturdy chapel of your body is ignored. But the body keeps the score, and it also holds the key to release. Your ruminating thoughts are not just abstract events. They have a physiological signature, a clenched jaw, shallow breath, tight shoulders. This weapon is about listening to and leading with the body. Step 1. Recognize the trigger. This is the physical feeling of the spiral beginning. The tension in your neck, the knot in your stomach, the feeling of being wired. Your body is the canary in the coal mine, and it will signal the mental shift long before you're fully aware of it. Step 2. Reframe the story. The story is, I need to think my way out of this feeling. reframe it to, "This feeling is a storm in my body, and I need to weather it physically, not intellectually." You move the battle from the mind, where the enemy is strong, to the body, where you have direct command. Step 3. Replace the pattern. Engage in a deliberate, conscious physical act that is the opposite of the tension. If your jaw is clenched, open your mouth wide and let out a silent, long sigh. If your breath is shallow, take a deep, diaphragmatic breath. Hold it for 4 seconds and exhale slowly for 6 seconds. Do this 5 times. If your shoulders are tight, roll them back and down, actively creating space. This isn't relaxation. It is a direct counterinsurgency against the physical manifestation of anxiety. It sends a powerful message to the brain: the emergency is over. Stand down. Let's go deeper. What no one tells you is that the body and mind are a single integrated system, and you cannot be in a state of physical calm and mental panic at the same time. By mastering the body, you dictate the terms to the mind. You feel it making sense already, the power shifting from your thoughts to your breath. The fourth and final weapon is the weapon of imperfect action. Analysis paralysis is the deep thinker's kryptonite. The desire for the perfect decision, the perfect words, the perfect plan, leads to a state of frozen stillness where no decision is made because no option can be fully verified as the absolute best. This weapon is about breaking the tyranny of the ideal with the hammer of the real. Step 1. Recognize the trigger. This is the feeling of being stuck, of cycling through the same options over and over, of feeling that you are at a crossroads but every path is shrouded in fog. The trigger is the overwhelming pressure of a choice. Step 2. Reframe the story. The story is, "I must choose the one perfect path." Reframe it to, "There is no one perfect path. There are multiple good enough paths, and my job is to choose one and make it work through my actions." This shifts the goal from finding a preordained truth to creating your truth through engagement. Step 3. Replace the pattern. Implement the 85% rule. When you have 85% of the information you think you need, you act. You make the decision. You send the email. You start the project. You commit to the plan. You deliberately leave that 15% as an act of faith in your own ability to handle uncertainty and adapt. This is how you end the psychology of people who are deep thinkers pattern tonight. Not by thinking more, but by doing, imperfectly and courageously. Pause. Notice what that just revealed. The immense relief that comes from lowering the impossible standard of perfection. Ask yourself this now. What is one decision you've been putting off that you can make right now at 85%? Now let me tell you about Ben. Ben was a project manager, a master of logistics, but his personal life was a monument to indecision. He would spend weeks researching the best vacuum cleaner, reading reviews, comparing specs, trapped in a hell of his own making. Choosing a restaurant for a date night was an hour-long ordeal of scrolling and cross-referencing menus and ratings. His deep thinking, so valuable in his career, was a source of comedy and frustration in his personal life. The trigger was the ambiguity trigger, the fear of making the wrong choice and living with the regret. His transformation came when he applied the weapon of imperfect action to a simple, silly problem. Buying a new coffee maker. He did a quick search, found one that was well rated and in his budget, and at the 85% mark, meaning he still had a few tabs open with other models, he closed his browser, drove to the store, and bought it. It was a small, almost trivial act, but for Ben it was a revolution. The coffee maker worked fine. The world did not end. He had proven to himself that he could survive and even thrive with a good enough choice. This small victory created a ripple effect, giving him the confidence to make bigger decisions with more speed and less anguish. You're starting to see it now, how action is the antidote to anxiety. How movement, any movement, breaks the hypnotic trance of overanalysis. But here's the truth. These weapons are not meant to destroy the deep thinker within you. That would be a tragedy. Your depth is your gift. It is the source of your empathy, your creativity, your profound understanding of the world. The goal is not to become shallow, but to become the master of your depth, to direct it with intention rather than being dragged by its current. This is the integration. This is the freedom. It's about learning to turn the deep thinking on and off, to use it as a powerful telescope to explore the stars, not a microscope to examine every crack in the ceiling. The final and perhaps most important step is to reframe your relationship with your own mind from one of conflict to one of collaboration. You are not at war with yourself. You are a skilled captain learning to sail a powerful, sensitive, and complex ship. Sometimes the waters are calm and you can cruise on autopilot, enjoying the sun. Sometimes a storm hits and you need to take the wheel, using all your weapons and skill to navigate through it. But the ship itself, with its deep draft and sturdy hull, is not the problem. It is what allows you to journey to places others never see. Pause. Notice what that just revealed. The shift from fighting yourself to guiding yourself. You've felt this before, haven't you? The exhaustion of the inner civil war. Ask yourself this now. What if you could make peace with the deepest parts of you? This is the journey. It doesn't end tonight. Tonight is simply the moment you found the map. You now have the weapons, present moment awareness to anchor you, defined boundaries to protect you, somatic intelligence to ground you, and imperfect action to propel you forward. You understand the triggers: ambiguity, responsibility, and the search for crushing meaning. You've seen it in the stories of Alex, Sarah, and Ben, and you've seen the reflections in your own life. This is the psychology of people who are deep thinkers. Psychology fix. Not a pill or a platitude, but a fundamental rewiring of your relationship with your own magnificent mind. It's 2 a.m., the world is quiet, and in this silence, a new contract is being written between you and your thoughts. No longer master and slave, but partners. Your mind will still have its deep, beautiful, complicated thoughts, but now you will have the final say. You will listen, you will learn, and then when it's time, you will gently say, "Thank you for sharing. I've got it from here." And you will step out of the labyrinth into the open air and breathe. You're starting to see it now. The path is clear. The tools are in your hands. The rest of the journey is yours.